a second ago, obviously, I'm from Nashville, Tennessee, so that's the music city. No, but there is thousands of musicians that come to town, and anybody can get on stage with a guitar and say they're a singer. Are they good or not? No. And so, yeah, it may be easier or easy to get in, but I still believe to this day, and all four of us have different stories, but at the end of the day, we've all sacrificed family time, you name it, whatever it may be. We've all got a passion, and we've all got talent. And at the end of the day, whether you were broke in the 60s, 70s, 80s, 90s, whatever year you break in, if you've got talent and you've got a real passion, I mean, I'm going to disagree with Jim. He was played NFL football, incredible athlete. No matter what, if he would have broke in 2012 with his ability and passion and charisma, he would have adapted. So I really think no matter what year you break in, the two things that separate you from anybody else is talent and passion. And if you don't have both, go get another job.
Would you say they're the most important things in the sporting world, probably, if you were trying to break through, if you want to be a footballer, if you don't have talent, you don't have passion?
Yes, you really got to love it. I mean, Eric, he stated earlier, he wasn't a wrestler, but God, what a businessman he is. He was Vern Gagne's coffee getter.
Well, pretty much.
Yeah, and then he ran the most successful wrestling business in the world at one time. So, but he had a passion for it. But also, that passion will only get you so far. He was a great broadcaster, great play-by-play. So I think you have to have both.
You as a boss, what would you say? Like, what do you look for in someone? The same thing, talent, passion?
You know, it's hard to define. It's an intangible. If someone walks into the room, sometimes they walk into the ring. Sometimes it's a little tiny subtle things, the way they carry themselves, or the way they look into the camera, or the way they react naturally to someone instead of trying to memorize every single thing that they're saying. They feel their story and their reaction. They feel it, and when you feel it, you can see it. You can feel it differently. So what I'm looking for, what I used to look for, is more of an intangible than anything else.
Is there one person you can remember you maybe hired that went in, saw you, but
I really can't, because I've never really felt that way about, especially someone that was new, that hadn't really been to the dance before. There's been times that I hoped, someone that would make it to that level that either did or didn't, but there was nobody that I've ever laid eyes on. I said, that person's going to be a star. I wish I had that ability. I honestly, as much as I'm enjoying being here right now, if I had that skill, I wouldn't be here right now. I'd be on the beach throwing coconuts at tourists, counting my money.
Eric, if you were in modern day on Raw or SmackDown, you could make the NWO again, which 3 stars would you pick that roster?
Oh, I couldn't even. I don't even allow my brain to think that way.
Sorry.
Sabu.
For me, Sergeant Slaughter.
Robert Fuller. Tag team partner. Oh gosh. Actually, Kurt. That would have been a unique tag situation.
What are your thoughts on X3 and who do you think will be most successful in the main roster?
In NXT is going to be successful.
Yeah, what are your thoughts on X3?
I've been a huge Fergal Divot fan from way back. Nothing but money.
Yeah, myself, I don't watch too much wrestling nowadays. I joke, I said that'd be like a butcher watching cut meat on his day off. For 36 years, I don't watch a whole lot.
Ditto.
A lot of people are asking me what I think about Adrian Neville. Of course, that dude's awesome. I've known him for a while. I wrestled him here in Europe somewhere a few years ago when he was called Pac. He wasn't quite so jacked up. But I saw him. I saw footage of him doing a 450 off the guardrail to the floor like a week ago. Those are they can have those standards. You know what I mean? Like when it becomes about always trying to outdo the high spot, someone's now doing a 450 with a corkscrew or a springboard to the floor. And I saw that, you know, and that's, you know, you got to have more than that, but he totally does, and he's going to be a big star.
We're going to have to jump in with the last question. Do your hand straight up.
This is for Mr. Fisher. Just a quick question: were you given the heads up when he had to do the invasion, and what was the atmosphere like backstage?
I was not given a heads up. I wish I would have been given a heads up and had the time to think about what was going on, because I didn't really hear about it. I was literally in the ring. I had an IFB on in my ear. I was in the ring, and I had my director telling me what was going on backstage. So I was kind of reacting in the moment. Had I, of course I have the luxury of 20/20 hindsight, so I can make myself sound really, really smart. But I think, even reflecting back to the way I used to do things back then, had I had 10 minutes to think about it, I would have let them in. Because it would have been phenomenal television. I wouldn't have been worried. They wouldn't have done anything too stupid, and we wouldn't have done anything too stupid. But just the fact that they were coming in and they would have been on the show would have A, taken the steam out of what they ended up doing very, very successfully, and B, it was just been awesome television to see that happen.
Are you guys all sticking around at the tables afterwards? So guys, that's all we've got time for here now. So let's give them a big round of applause. We've got this little auction going on with Jesse and Sean later, so I just wondered, would you be kind enough to maybe put some autographs on to us? Thank you very much.